Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om. 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 Jai Ram, Jai Ram Om.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Hari Om to everybody.
Hari Om, Pranam Swamiji.
Pranam, Pranam. We have been trying various methods to keep up the remembrance. Mainly remembrance through chanting of His name, trying to remember Him during our activities as much as possible, but still we find we are not near the truth. Meaning, the remembrance does not stay with us throughout, with the result, the sense of individuality carries on its activities as the feeler or the doer or the owner or the enjoyer. So Papa gives us various types of approaches. That means in his sadhana period, he was analyzing from different angles. That those things have come out in the form of his writings. He says, God is the root of this universal existence. When the source is known and seen, that means where from we have come, our source, we understand the true meaning of this life. Bereft of this knowledge, mankind is caught in the wilderness of discontent, hate, and misery. The realization of immortal peace and freedom is at once the individual and universal, because the freedom of the individual makes for the freedom of the universal. The supreme divine principle at the root of the universal manifestation is one. From this eternal source have sprung all creatures, beings, and things. Again, from this source alone have emanated the varied forces that produce kaleidoscopic changes in the phenomenal nature. God is at the root of this universal existence. When we work for the material comforts of our life, forgetting Him entirely, we miss that peace and joy which we would get if our life is attuned to the eternal. When you know the root of your existence is in God, whatever you feel, whatever you think must be the waves of that existence whose nature is pure love and bliss. God is the very source of our life. We have come from Him, we are going back to Him. We have not come into existence without having a cause behind our life. And the supreme cause is God, the source of our being, the root of our existence. He is the immortal spirit. Go to the root of your existence. Realize yourself. Then your whole life and outlook will be transformed. The first and foremost thing for everyone to do is to find out the immortal root of his being and look upon the external life from the consciousness of this root. Then life will adjust itself most harmoniously with the lives of beings and creatures in the world. Even in external clashes, there will ring out the music of a subtle universal harmony. Therefore, seek the truth within yourself. Stop not until you have reached it, until you have attained to the full knowledge of it, until you have made it one permanent basis for all your life's activities. So root. So while chanting, if we try probably, where from we have come from somewhere, that nobody need tell us. Because without cause there can never be any effect. Simple law. So we must have come from something. Initially we thought parents, then we come to know that they are the cause, they are the instrumental cause, that's all. Because they were also born to their parents. So when we go through all these things, we find Papa has tried so many methods. It gives us some clue. When we have been saying that we have been chanting Ramnam for over 50 years, 40 years, 80, 60 years, but still we are not ever conscious of His presence within us. That means we are not sure about the source from where we have come. We start from what we have seen now. No? Our parents, our house, our relations, and whatever we see outside, that is the place from where we start. We don't go back to the origin. Papa is directing our attention towards that. That is what he did during his Jasadhana days. So many explanations he has given about this. Origin. Every object that we see is caused by something else, is it not? There is nothing you see that is not caused by another. But God is causeless. He has no originator. He is called Swayambhu, the self-existent truth. He exists by himself. He is eternal and infinite, without beginning and limitless. He is called the first cause of everything. He is above Desha, Kala, Nimitta, space, time and causation. There is only one God who is the originator of us all, and we are his offspring, children or manifestation. To recognize God as our divine parent and to know that we are his children means that the differences that we have created amongst ourselves on the basis of religion, creed, nation, country are entirely false. These differences amongst us, which are the cause of mutual strife, quarrels, wars, must go, and they can go only when we live with each other in the light of the Great Spirit God that dwells within us and create a harmonious atmosphere so that all conflicts and wars may be completely eliminated from the life of humanity. From the original silent spirit first arose the sound, and the sound is the cause of the entire universal manifestation. The sound is nothing but a wave that arose from the bosom of the pure, still, calm, silent, all-pervading spirit. And the sound wave is the universe we see before us. This is according to the ancient Hindu scriptures. The creation that we see before us is really not a creation but only a projection from the spirit. So now let us try to divert our attention that the common factor God is the source from which we have come, and we are trying to remember him through chanting, and during the non-chanting time we try to involve ourselves in activities which are in line with this. So the triune path, Nam Seva Dhyan, enables us to know the source from which we have come. And Papa here assures that the moment we come to realize the source, we are equally come to realize that that source is for everybody. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. It is not something at all talk, because we have understood whatever we use, we don't know who has discovered, who has invented, who has innovated from which part of the country. We have no idea, but we are all using it now. All the 5 elements are available to everybody.
Why only few chosen serious people reach that thing? Out of millions?
Why only few are chosen to reach the goal out of millions?
First of all, Papa used to say there is no why and whereof. We will try now, that's all. If we have been prompted, we will try. And when we reach that, we will know why we have not been prompted to do it earlier. At this moment, it's only an academic exercise. It's not going to serve us in our journey. At the moment when we are awakened, when we start knowing that there is a cause behind this thing, and the moment we try to become aware of the source, we will be able to get out of the limitation caused by me and mine. We will try that. There is a theory why everybody is not prompted. One theory is that the Creator has to run this show. When in an organization, there are different types of people the employer employs: managerial, clerical, menial. All of them are valid and relevant, but all of them are not like. The managerial staff will be always trying to see how to manage it to the best advantage of the company. His thoughts will be on those sides only. A clerical staff will be, whatever is given to him, he does it, that's all. The third category only just maintenance or something like that. All of them are valid. But each one's pursuit is different, though everybody is working in the company. And the promotion depends upon when from the managerial side, when I start contributing more and more for the expansion of the institution, the top management feels that I will be able to do more. Why it is not prompted to other people, we cannot say that. All of them are valid. Nobody is inferior or superior. All of them are valid. Just like in this fan, what do you call this?
Blade.
Blade. The blade, the armature, the rod, all are valid. But there is a screw also in there. If that is not there, it will not work. Cost-wise, it may be armature may be 2,000 or something like that. Blade will be 1,000 rupees something. This is not to maybe only 10 rupees or 15 rupees. Then we realize that whether the prompting comes or not, they all fit into this to run this whole show of him. So everyone has got his own role to perform. At a particular point, the prompting comes for him to become aware of the Creator and the creation. Otherwise, we carry on, clerical job. Somebody says something, we do it, that's all. But when we move to the managerial, from the clerical to the managerial, automatically, we start thinking about the ways and means, not merely doing the clerical thing, but how to improve the quality of the work. How it will help the company to move forward, how it will make it more profitable. All those things he starts thinking. So the prompting will come at the right time. But we are all involved in the same, not that somebody is inferior, somebody is superior. Each one is doing their job. And the Supreme CEO, the Almighty Lord of the Universe, has put us in that position. At the appointed time, He elevates us, not to feel contented with the life in which we are, but something more, something more, something more. So people who are now listening, people who are spending their time, instead of going elsewhere, at least we spend some time to think about all these things, That itself shows that the calling has come from within. So will it not be better if we try to improve the calling better, instead of thinking why I did not get this earlier? Because it becomes academic. It's not going to serve me much. I should be thankful that I have been now given the calling.
If I talk about myself, then I have to compare that there is intensity I got it, but still there is leakages of energy, leakages of intensity. How to grow that intensity up to that point where I can get?
Intensity is not there. There is leakage of energy. How to become intense? No?
More intense, more intense.
How to become more and more intense?
Periodical hammering of the goal to be scaled is a must. That is called sadhana. We adopt any sadhana by which we try to become aware of the purpose for which we have come. Because of our previous preoccupation with the various matters, it is likely to get diluted. So that is why here in ashram, Papa says about chanting. Chanting is the one, the one which keeps us committed to this life. It is not merely mechanical chanting. Chanting makes us to feel committed. I have to realize His presence within. I have been prompted to chant His name so that I will know that He is making me to chant. And if He is making me to chant slowly, I will stretch it to all my activities. Again, when you deal with men and matters, it may get diluted. Papa used to say that every now and then Satsang gives you helps you to keep up the same tempo. Satsang, Swadhyay, contemplation, reflection, all these things are a must. And it has to come from within only. When I shift my priority from one to another, then only the intensity actually triggers. When I want to pass the examination, all my activities are centered on that. The rest of the things get not that priority. Then I pool my entire efforts and then come out successfully. So similarly, here also it is like that. We have to find out some method by which I can intensify. One method is Ram Nam chanting with the right perspective. Another, side by side, we try to reflect upon this, the purpose, the source, the root. These are all things that will help us. I have not applied my mind on this root at all, where from I have come. Should I not know that? Even for a disease, when you go to the hospital, they send us to the pathology department so that the test is done where from it has originated. Then only they start treating. I will share one experience. In tea plantation, in good old days, nowadays we don't know. When Britishers were having tea plantations in Kerala and Tamil Nadu, they used to appoint an agent. An agent means he must have had 30, 40 years of experience in plantation management, tea plantation management. He has got only 1 or 2 days in a month, 1 or 2 days work, that's all. He will be in Coimbatore or somewhere The company will provide him the vehicle, he will go to the plantation, very far off. So the manager in charge of the plantation will give him the productivity figures. So he says this, it has come down. Per acre it was so much, now it has come down. Whereas the inputs are the same. So this agent will not do anything. He will just go and watch. Then he will say, you try to dig here. Then the worker comes, digs. And at that particular spot, he will be able to find out that the roots are being eaten by white ants, which is not visible for any of us. Then he immediately prescribed something by which it is warded off. And he said, give me a report, because tea we might be knowing, every 15 days the crop comes. So the productivity can be checked up every month really. So he said, after 2 months you let me know whether the productivity has improved. So we are trying to find out whether that could be the cause for the drop in production. Like that, Everywhere we try to go to the root, to the root, to the root. So anything and everything, we try to, why I am not in a position to stick on to that? I try to analyze why. My priorities are something more, something else. My previous norms in life, they hold. My likes and dislikes, my rights and wrongs, they prevent me. And not merely knowing. Then through Vardas, the question is how to intensify, some self-denial, all silently, not with any fanfare. Some Vardas, some self-denial, some sankalpa like Purashcharana. I will do this much of nama every day. Previously, suppose I am doing 10 malas a day, now I will have 15 malas or 20 malas a day. Somewhere I keep, step up. I will read one portion, one page of Vini Mahatma's teaching and dilate upon it. I will be I will try to watch myself, how the slip comes. And whenever I feel I am not getting charged, mind is going, what should I do? Say, for example, they say, get up, have a run, brisk walk, being in the open, look at the sky, look at the tree, look at the flower, look at the fruit, look at the expansive sky, something like that, So they all bring so many things in our mind, how all pervasive, how selfless they are, how perfect they are. If the air is not there, how will I survive? How universal. All these things will contribute to my this. Again I come back and start doing it. So to intensify, periodical evaluation, fine-tuning our sadhana, and imposing certain vows, which are a must. And even then, suppose we are not progressing, we have to take some drastic decisions. What we normally do is, when we hear something, we are feel satisfied. But the moment the session is over, we are back to square one. That is the problem. Because groundwork, homework. Why today Papa brought us this subject root? Like that I should ask myself, Instead of thinking that I have taken up the root, instead of that, suppose I start feeling, why did he prompt us to take up the root? Then I might know the reason. So, trying to go back to anything that is happening. Today he has prompted us to dwell upon this particular aspect, Today, through somebody, he talks about the lack of intensity. Today, through somebody, he says again that why this aspiration is not kept in the same tempo, or though I want to, it gets punctured. I'm unable to keep up. Why these questions today? I start asking myself. Then I get the answer that these apply to me also, so I must answer it for myself. And when I don't get the answer, I seek his intervention. And then he supplies us with all detail. Do any of these things by which you will do that. You spend some time in reflection. Go to the deep. Forget about, nowadays we spend a lot of time on the surface level activities. Those who are doing seva in the activity in the ashram, their attitude will be on the seva attitude. Ultimately, the seva attitude should enable me to feel his presence. That is important, So the intensity will get reduced. Because I concentrate upon the activities. So like that, each and everything. Why is it that I have not been able to feel the same thing as in everybody? Because I find difference in everybody. I find difference in everybody because I come down to the level of me and my likes and dislikes. And have I come here to hold on to that? No. I have come here to raise myself above from this. The common factor I should identify, root. So today the topic name is root. Root is for everybody. When I start analyzing my root, the same should be the answer for anybody who is pursuing this. Please think over this. These are all very, very, very subtle. See, one beautiful explanation Papa gives, Where did I come from? Who am I? Whence is this universe? You cudgel your brains with these questions and strive hard with all the powers of your thought to find a solution for them. If you merely stand where you are, very important, if you merely stand where you are and think and discuss within yourself, however much you may, still you are far away from the solution. With zeal and earnestness, you must walk the distance that takes you to the place where from you can get the vision of your source. So where did I come from? Who am I? Whence is the universe? You cudgel your brains with these questions and strive hard with all the powers of your thought to find a solution. If you merely stand where you are, that is what exactly we are doing, unknowingly. We don't move an inch, we are only discussing. If you merely stand where you are and think and discuss within yourself, however much you may, still you are far away from the solution. So with zeal and earnestness, you must walk the distance. Where did I come from? You must walk the distance that takes you to the place where from you can get the vision of your source. One of the pet words of Papa, root, source, origin. So we are chanting the name, we are chanting Ram Nam to get ourselves connected to this source, to this root. That is why Papa said, you are chanting the name of one who is within you, who is making you to chant. Because from the source we are existing, that nobody need tell us. We are there, tangible. All these things are revealed to us by Papa because he has dwelt upon it, he has pondered upon it deep. Many of them which we have read out now, many of them have come from his articles or Satsang. When somebody questions, where we have noted down the source also. These are his revelations. When this great source of life is discovered and human life is allowed to be regulated in the light of it, it becomes a very torch of unquenchable love, illumined wisdom, almighty power. Life is indeed truth itself revealed. A human being is a concrete image of truth. There are involved in him or her the sublime potentiality that can convert all the surrounding life, bringing it nearer to the great origin. So origin, source, root. Every day we are knowingly or unknowingly involved in this. We sow the seeds. Even in all in terrace we have this now. What do you call that? Kitchen gardens. Many in cities also it is there. And in villages you can see so many plants, so many trees, nurseries. When we go there, initially our attraction may be flowers or any plants, but later on when we start seeing how it gets germinated, so many fruits, where from it comes. So root, origin is something which we are attracted, though we don't know that we are attracted. And still God is prompting many to keep on doing the research on how to propagate, So this is a very important aspect. We feel now that today he wants us to concentrate upon these roots. We have to take it seriously. Where from we have come.
Who am I? Is it same as who am I?
Exactly. Same. Because first we feel we are the body, then we come to realize, no, body can be seen, body can be known, so we can't be the body. Then we say we are the mind is nothing but thoughts. Then we know that good thought, bad thought, so we can't be the thought because the thought is identified, it is witnessing. We know that we had a disturbing night, we had a peaceful night, so we can't be the thoughts. Then who am I? Like that, we keep on going. First we try to understand what we assume ourselves to be, and then we try to get over that. But it is the toughest job. That is why Papa is giving us a harmonious way of pursuing this. Though he doesn't say, "Who am I?" you try to chant the name of that principle from where you have started. And ultimately you will slowly moving towards that. It depends upon how we look at it. Certain people would like to pursue this, "Who am I?" It's a tough job, because the thought cannot go beyond certain level, and the thought gets halted. And thought is the only vehicle which can help us in moving the direction. So that is why here Papa gives us an altogether different methodology by which we know we have come from somewhere. We don't need any certificate. We are trying to find out that source. In the other one, we don't know. Who am I? We have no. Here it is, and we know that it has come from him. But him I am not very clear. So I would like to pursue. And when we went through many of his teachings, we found that how he graduated from one stage. Otherwise, how can he say life is the expression of Atman? So during his journey, when he was chanting the name Ram, and Ram stands for subtle and mysterious power, not an entity, not a person. Oh. And then again pursued. Then finally we came to the conclusion that life force is that. Oh, life is the expression of Atman. Though seemingly two, they are one. And then last year, December, we read out that the three he highlighted. One is that life force, the power, the energy. The second is the consciousness. And third is the intelligence. Intelligence. Everything has come from intelligence. When there was no specs, somebody should develop this idea. When there was no dhoti, when there was no building, buddhir buddhimatamasmi, you say, and the intelligence of the intellect. So these are the three ways by which we can try to understand to a very great extent the existence of the Almighty, in the form of life force, in the form of awareness, consciousness, in the form of intelligence. But these are all only knowledge. If it has to become a reality, we have to pursue and find out what is life force. Because it cannot be expressed. The power behind the speech now, the power behind the seeing, the power behind the hearing, the power behind the awareness that I am. So it can only through inward journey it can be tried and experienced. We cannot stop with it. Another quotation he says, "Your life is a current that is started from an eternal source. Make it flow in all its pristine purity, so that it may lighten the burden of the weak, relieve the distress of the suffering, elevate the hearts of the depressed, in short, bring sunshine and delight in the prevailing darkness of the world." Your life is a current which is started from an eternal source. Today he chose to make us concentrate on these aspects: root, source, origin. Because in his spiritual journey, he had tried all these, that's why he has shared all these.
I noticed in myself, observed that there is a constant commentary and explanation is going on in my head. And if that stops, I can't understand a single thing. That means the word is the thing, that means without word I can't understand anything. And to understand that, the mind is constantly commenting and having explanation. So how to go beyond this commenting?
He's always commenting in the mind, it seems. Commenting on what?
Commentary is going on in the mind. Whatever I do see or I don't see, the commentary is going on, constant.
Constant labeling is going on. So how to come out of this commenting of whatever he's seeing and not seeing?
Don't you think that when we start trying to know the root, our whole direction will change? Because we are not trying to comment, we are trying to pursue a path. Where from this thought comes now? I am sitting alone, thoughts are coming up. Where from the thought comes? Who says I am having these thoughts? Like that, when we go deeper and deeper, are we not moving toward the source? And suppose the mind get vexed, take to some discipline. No, here the discipline is chanting. So the chanting will remove, Papa used to say, that chanting will remove all dissimilar thought currents. To concentrate on the sound of the name will enable us to free ourselves from the wandering nature of the mind. And then slowly it quietens. And the more we get attuned to the name, the more quietened it becomes. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om. When we attune ourselves to the sound, no thoughts are intruding. There is a quietude, serenity experienced by us. So can we not convert? Can we not choose this path for quietening or freeing ourselves from the wandering nature of the mind, which says us commenting, interpreting? Reflection is necessary, no doubt, but when we find the reflection is not yielding the result, Papa used to bring that when you churn water, you will not get butter. No? When you churn curd, you will get. Churning is going on, agreed. But what is to be churned, we should know. So suppose we take this Rama chanting and try to do the churning there, it will help us. In the other one, probably we are clueless, and that is why in spite of our churning, we are not reaching anywhere. That each one only will know. So trial and error method, you have to keep on trying. And the best way is somehow to develop an affinity towards Ram Nam. That is the proven one here. Not that it will immediately quieten, but it will help us to quieten gradually. 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Slowly it gets quietened. And that itself is an enjoyment for us. And it slowly, indirectly gives us a tendency to now and then taste this quietness through chanting. And ultimately, it helps us to move toward the root. Serenity, quietude, peace, calmness, silence, Nishchara Tattva, all synonyms of same one. The struggle, what you say, is common for all. But we employ some method by which we try to get it. The paths suggested after testing by Papa is this, Nama chanting. Nama chanting with the right perspective. He says this churning will go on. We need not worry about it. He says, give up doubts and churning of the intellect. Feel you are a simple child of the Lord and thus enter into His being. This is the way to reach Him. Do not perplex the mind with questions. Be humble, pure, cheerful, taking refuge in Him. Follow the straight and simple path of devotion. Open the floodgates of your heart. Allow prem, pure love that is within you, to flow over unimpeded to the holy feet of the Lord seated within. Remember that God's grace is ever with you. Benefit by its redeeming influence by opening yourself to receive it. Some churning of the mind or intellect may be there, but after some time this process should stop so that the butter of the divine bliss may be formed or collected. After the impurities are eliminated, pure and divine emotions rise up. Even this stage is passed when the infinite silence of the inner peace is experienced. Here the rippling and dancing of river mingles with the calm waters of the ocean. That is the end of all sadhana. Some churning of the mind and intellect may be there, but after some time this process should stop so that the butter of the divine bliss may be formed and collected. And how? What does it mean? Or after the impurities are eliminated, pure and divine emotions rise up. Even this stage is passed when the infinite silence of the inner peace is experienced. Here the ripplings and dancing river mingles with the calm waters of the ocean. This is the end of all sadhana. Because every word has come from his sadhana, It has got that power, It is not that he was sharing something, knowledge. He was sharing his experience with others. So that is why we get assured it is possible, because it has been tested and verified. He is not giving us what he has heard from somebody. So the authentication is there. Authority is there that, yes, he has done it, so that's why he is giving to us. So why not we try to imbibe these and try in our own way to the root, to the source, to the origin. Anybody else has got anything else to say? Root, origin, source.
When we are in deep sleep, we are merging in that origin.
Oh. But we are not aware we are merged. In Samadhi, we have been told we will become aware.
One day can you take up this vision, come in the vision, some other day, and then tomorrow, day after tomorrow, can you take up this?
What is this?
This is in the vision Mataji's article. In the vision Mataji's article had come.
Complicated. My guru was, my role as a guru was.
Players.
Unless we apply, it will give a lot of doubts.
When our mind is calm, we are nearer the root, no, Swamiji?
Can it take a long time, Swamiji, if there's many vasanas and finding the mind is crazy? But great patience, I think, is needed.
Will it take long time if mind has too many vasanas?
That is why, there lies the importance of chanting. Without much struggle, when we attune ourselves with the sound, it quietens. To try with the thought to quieten it is the toughest job. But this method, we are trying to chant the name of the source from where we have all come, and with the devotion when we chant, it immediately the quietening process starts. So that is why a stage should come when the moment we chant. Papa used to say that that the moment you chant, you enjoy the sweetness, just like the lozenge when you put on your tongue, you start tasting the sweetness right from the beginning. That stage we have to reach. He says the moment we start chanting, we should feel the sweetness. That means attuning. I am one with the source, one with the root, one with the origin, which is sweetness itself. So this approach, through chanting, trying to quieten the mind, is relatively far more practical than the other one for people like us who are involved in various activities. In exceptional cases, God also guides them. That we will know from within, whether that is the one which is Ramana Bhagavan immediately in the 13th year, he got this, immediately he could do it. Not everybody can do it. He did not see anybody, he did not join anybody, he did not crowd around a guru. No, it came from within and got stabilized in it in the shortest possible time. That is for all, not for all to follow. We try to forget this. In his case, it was the prompting came from within. When we hear his lectures, we are hearing his lectures. Lot of difference between that. That is why when the more we think we now understand, when Papa went and stood before him and prayed to him that he only need your blessings, and then he did like this, that's all. There was no more talk. And then Papa did not ask, how did you get this? What should I do? All these things he did not ask. He straight away went and plunged into the practice by himself, as prompted from within. That 21 days. And that yielded him. So these are all something, when between the lines, suppose we start understanding. He did not ask anything, he asked no question, no guidance, nothing was there. Immediately after that, he was touched and kindled and prompted to go to take to solitude. What should be done during that solitude period? He was relying on the guidance from within. Please think about all these things. It will help us. Definitely it will help us. And we pray this, not merely thinking. We are praying. You have taken us thus far. Why don't you please push us a little more faster? By myself I am unable to do it. I want to do it by myself. I am. Kindly step in. Hold my hand. Take me within. Let us try to fan this, as much as possible to keep up the tempo. Hari Om. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.